If you're already in drop, then this message is for you. It's a new year, and for a lot of people, January feels like a reset. You might tell yourself, this is the year that I'm really going to look into my retirement. But here's the truth, drop doesn't wait for New Year's resolutions. That clock is running whether you have a plan or not. If we haven't met, hello, my name is April, and I specialize in retirement planning for FRS members. I work with a lot of people who are already in drop, and I see the same patterns come up over and over again, especially when people wait too long to get intentional about their drop exit. And that's exactly what I want to walk through today. Because what I see far too often is people who do everything right during their career, but they wait too long to get intentional about what happens when they retire. Most of the people I've met with have really good intentions about planning for their retirement. It's just they've been busy. They've been focused on their work and their families and their day-to-day responsibilities. And drop can kind of feel automatic, right? Their balance grows, the years pass, and it's just easy to think, I'm going to deal with this later. But the problem is, later comes much faster than you think it will. First, let me cover how drop works so that we're all on the same page. Drop can last up to 8 years. Now, you can retire earlier, but the program itself allows you to be in drop for 8 years. And your pension is frozen the day that you go into drop. Your years of service, your final average compensation, at that point is what your pension is based on. So while you're in drop, those years you work while you're in drop, any pay raises in drop do not increase your pension. And while you're in drop, those pension payments are deposited into your drop account instead of being paid to you directly. And that drop account earns currently 4%. That rate can change, but it's currently 4%. And when you're in drop, there is an end date. There's an end date that you must separate from FRS. There's no exceptions. And you have to tell them what you're going to do with your drop account. What are you going to do with your drop balance? So you see, drop itself is pretty straightforward, but what's not straightforward is what happens after. Here's the biggest issue that I see with people in drop. They wait. They wait too long. They assume there's going to be plenty of time for them to figure everything out. They assume that drop is the plan. They assume that retirement's just going to kind of come together and there's not all these decisions that they need to make. And then suddenly they're much closer to the end than they expected. And now they have to make all these decisions. And this is when stress shows up. This is when they rush into making decisions. This is when people cash out drop without a strategy. They trigger unnecessary taxes. They lock themselves into choices they didn't think through simply because time ran out. And this isn't about being smart or about being capable. It's about timing. It's about using the time you have to put a plan in place. At this point, people in drop usually fall into two paths. The first one is just the default path. This means drop's running in the background. They don't have a clear income plan. They don't have a defined role for what drop's going to do for them. They don't coordinate taxes, Social Security, healthcare. Everything just kind of gets pushed those last few months before they retire. The second path is about being intentional. This is where drop is treated for what it really is, which is a window of opportunity. This is when you should be deciding, what is your retirement income going to look like? What will your drop money actually be used for? What is it meant to do for you in your plan? How do you avoid unnecessary taxes? How do healthcare and Social Security fit into the bigger picture of your retirement plan? The difference between those two paths, it's not effort, it's not ability, it's about deciding to just stop coasting and now to be intentional about your retirement plan. A solid drop strategy doesn't try to predict the future perfectly, but here is what it does answer. And these are questions I want you to jot down because this is what you should be thinking about now and have a plan for. How much income do we actually need in retirement? What role does drop money play in my retirement? Is it liquidity? Is it income? Is it long-term growth? Is it a combination of those things? How do we avoid creating a large unnecessary tax bill when drop pays out? When should Social Security and healthcare come into play in my plan? And do I have a backup plan if something changes? Those are the questions that you should be thinking about now, because when these questions are answered, retirement becomes far more predictable and far less stressful. January is a great time to get a plan together. It's a fresh start. The calendar is open. Life hasn't started to get so busy again, right? This is the time of year where we can slow down a little bit. Decisions can be made more calmly before deadlines, pressure, before everything really starts to speed up again. And the earlier that you look at this, the more options that you're going to have. Because the longer that you wait, those options tend to shrink down and narrow, or you make decisions very quickly without looking at all your options first. If you're already in drop, you don't want to be scrambling at the last minute. Now is the time to get clarity around your situation. If you'd like help with that, I'd recommend starting with a retirement strategy session. To do that, you're going to begin by filling out our FRS retirement intake form. It's short, it only takes you a few minutes, but it helps us understand where you are today, what decisions you're facing, what sort of support or help that you may be looking for. And it helps make sure that you get scheduled in the right type of meeting. So this is gonna save you time. That could be with me, that could be with another advisor on my team, again, so that we're using your time well. And once you submit that form, our team reviews it, and then we get back with you on the next steps about how to schedule your strategy session. So if you'd like help with that, you'll find the link in the description box below. Later this month, I'm hosting a webinar that's focused specifically on drop decisions, which can be a helpful next educational step. But whether you attend something like that or not, the most important thing is understanding how drop fits into your retirement plan with real numbers and a clear strategy. You're already in drop. That decision has been made. And now it's about how do you use this time that you have left to make the most of it. Waiting can sometimes feel easy in that moment, but planning early is what creates that confidence later and less stress for you. So if you're ready to stop ghosting and start being intentional, the link to get started is in the description box below. You've done a lot of the hard work already, but let's make sure you land this plane well. If you're ready for a more detailed walkthrough, then join me at my next live webinar. Use the link below to register for our next event. See you there.